So next we have Dr. Megha Nair, who is a DNP resident at Arvindai Hospital, Pondicherry. She, along with Dr. Shivraj Tagare, who is another DNP resident at Arvindai Hospital, Pondicherry, and Dr. Hirika Gosalia, who is a DNP resident at Arvindai Hospital, Coimbatore, has made an innovation called the iWater. I believe this was made during one of the innovation hackathons, I believe. So over to you, Dr. Megha Nair.
I'm very humbled actually to be called to present my innovation here among the great speakers and innovators here. So this was given to us as a problem statement by Dr. Hirika Gosalia from Coimbatore, Aravind. Then me and Shivraj here in Pondicherry for Hackathon of 2021, we developed this. It's a very small budding innovation that still needs a lot of processing. I'll be sharing my video right now.
They're only seeing you, Megha.
Sorry, sir, starting now.
Okay.
Is it visible now?
Yes.
iWater. Eversion of eyelids has been a skill-based technique performed by ophthalmologists using their hands. Often, it has been proven to be a challenge in situations such as patients with no eyelashes or mudrosis, those with deep sockets in uncooperative patients, especially children, and in infective conditions with copious amount of discharge. But the risk of spread of infections through contact during COVID-19 pandemic raised this challenge to a higher level. It was time to come up with a better idea to evert the eyelids without touching. Eversion of eyelids using fingers occurs by combination of two forces, a pulling force by fingers on the eyelashes and a pushing force by the fingers on the upper tarsus. So we thought of recreating these forces without using fingers. Many models were tried. Finally, they were narrowed down to a very simple instrument made of only two materials. One, a double-sided tape, and second, an ice cream stick. The ice cream stick was cut at one end to a length of 3.5 cm and a breadth of 6 mm so that it fit just below the upper border of the upper tarsal plate. To the cut end, a double-sided tape of length 3.5 cm and breadth 5 mm were stuck to. The following video demonstrates the use of iWater. The iWater can be used in routine OPD examination. It has a universal usage in all patients including adults, older and pediatric age groups. It can be manipulated to see the area of interest. Also, double eversion can be tried using this instrument.
A similar model was created using 3D printer using polylactic acid. The iWater can be reused by sticking another double tape over it after sterilizing it.
Its uses include to examine the upper tarsal conjunctiva and superior fornix, to remove the foreign body in the upper tarsal conjunctiva, saline wash in chemical injuries, to examine swellings of eyelid like internal hordeolum and chalazion, to examine lid pathologies. Helps avoid transmission of infections between doctors and patients. Easily sterilized, very cost-effective and economical.
Simple and elegant, Megha.
Thank you so much.
Hats
Sir.
off. What is the material you used for the first one?
So we used an ice cream stick, sir. The
Ice
the
cream
one that
stick?
yes. The one you get in Chocobar.
Yeah. So you cut that end.
Yes, sir. We measured it as 3.5 centimeter in length and 6 mm in the breadth. and then we put a double-sided tape over it.
Very nice. Superb.
So we're still actually trying to make a better version through 3D printer. It's still, we are innovating more about it, like how to make a better version of it.
Very nice. Anything from the panelists?
I think it's brilliant. I don't think you should make an effort to make a better version. Brilliantly in all respects. I mean, it's cost effective. It's very innovative. Only thing is that we have to eat an ice cream every time. Otherwise, I thought it was extremely elegant. Brilliant job.
You can invert the lid, and after that, you can give an ice cream to the patient.
Correct.
You can use the other end, no?
The interesting part is these are all pandemic solutions. No, you never even thought that they wanted to make a solution for this problem. When they were using glouses with antiseptic, hand rub in between, it was so difficult to do all this. And then you had a fear of contamination and all that. So that's when all these problems came. And if you see, this is a team who are just young residents. All were in their second year. Now they are in the final year, just taken their exams. But they have all come up with these problems. It's nice to see that this young generation is coming up with these problems. And then when you give them the resources and the time to think over it, you have solutions like this. It may not be a great solution, but at least it's a start of a very simple solution, which again, they have to look for people who do it as a routine practice, and then they have to make it, improvise it and make it better, work with Oral Lab or whoever is interested to make it better into a product. So where you can just, like your streamer ship, it should be available. You just open the paper and then use it and throw it. It's like, it won't be very expensive. It should be like less than 5 rupees. So wherever you need it, we can do it. Otherwise, we can just simply use our hands to avert. But wherever it's difficult, wherever you think it will be really useful, then it should become a part of our practice.
Yeah, I think it's better than using hands. People will be scared the moment you go and touch them. With the hand going to the eye, most of them will get scared. This is nicely going from the side, just touching it. It's very elegant for the patients. It's going with the hands, averting. It looks very crude and it looks like a barbaric act after looking.
That's what we were doing, Reddy. Nice to hear this from you, but that's what we were doing. Even now we are doing.
Yeah, right? We'll do that. That's not the thing. Even now we are doing. But it's true. It's true. You look at a video like this, and the next day you see a video somebody putting both hands on an eye. It looks like something very awkward.
I think a lot of credit for all these innovations go to Venkatesh and AECS. I've been fortunate to be on most of these innovations when they came up in the pandemic time. Venkatesh has really been spearheading the innovation thing, and having somebody senior like Venkatesh kind of taking that much of interest, and really enthuses these young kids. Thanks, Venkatesh, for all your efforts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So never waste a bad crisis. So even though life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, you make innovations, you find solutions for all the problems. So that is something which we have to take to heart.
Yeah, never let a good crisis go waste.
Yes,
sir, that's
Winston Churchill.
I was wondering whether, Megha, you can do something like this. Some patients, we have to retract the lid because they are very photophobic in the front of the slit lamp. You need to use the fingers.
That is called eye opener, right?
Yeah.
It's
that is
already
called eye opener.
Eye opener.
A small speculum-like thing which is attached to a slit lamp, which can pull the upper lid as well as the lower lid.
That is also from
Actually,
Arvind
sir,
Pondy, sir.
Yes, sir. Actually, there was another innovation called eye opener.
We'll send you a few of the eye openers. I think you have to just try it. You just put a couple of Johnson butts and then it works. But only thing is the tension in that after some period it goes up. So you may have to replace it.
Okay.
It's
again, this is a 3D printed one.
Yeah,
so
the material
once you
tension
change the
goes
material,
up.
you will get a better.
Megha, how easy or difficult to remove that sticker from the eyelid?
No, sir, it's very easy actually to remove it doesn't pain also. But the only problem is that after one use, you have to use another one because the stickiness actually goes off after one time use. You cannot
That
use the
makes
same
sense.
thing again to try.
Avoid infection. You don't want to repeat.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
So they already made it disposable.
Yes. By design.
Nice.